First of all, I want to say that if you enjoy 1978 Halloween and all the Halloween films that feature Mike Myers, even including the Rob Zombie one, which is complete garbage, or the one that came out recently, you're totally entitled to liking that. Liking in movies, music, whatever, is subjective. It's taste that you have. Fine. Have at it. Enjoy the films. That's what they're here for. I personally think most of the Halloween films that feature Mike Myers, including Rob Zombie's films, are personally predictable and just a bunch of snooze fest stuff. Because the only Halloween film in the whole series is John Carpenter's Halloween 3. The third installment in what was supposed to be each film that was supposed to be a different franchise story or a different story that would be add to the franchise. The reason why I like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch much better than Halloween 1978 and mostly all the Halloween films that feature Mike Myers is because we have technology today that someone could actually invent Halloween masks that harm children or harm anyone who wears them by technology, by remote technology, by iPhone app technology. And to me, that's much scarier than a scenario with Mike Myers. But that could happen in real life too. But I have my issues with the Halloween films featuring Mike Myers. For example, they're slasher movies. Okay, so every slasher movie is going to be the same exact story with a different twist every time, but it's going to be the same exact story. So, what different stories are you getting from every Halloween film? None. And I've seen the Halloween franchise, so this is coming from someone who's seen the films on television and who have seen most of the films. And I watched Halloween 1978's version a couple of nights ago just because, it's around the time of the actual holiday. I thought, why not? And watching it, whatever. I fell asleep watching it. I literally fell asleep watching it. I'm a night owl and I can stay up past midnight until like 1:30 or 2 in the morning. However, I fell asleep on Halloween. I fell asleep on Halloween. And I like psychological thrillers, I do, but my issue with 1978's Halloween and the ones that feature Mike Myers is that, one, either you don't see him at all, or two, you see too much of him. There's never a fair medium where, you get a glimpse of him, and then you don't get a glimpse of him the second time, but then you get a glimpse of him again when he's murdering. I think that's what makes Scream work, is that when people talk about Ghostface, you don't always see him. But when you do, he's calling someone on a phone. That's what makes Scream work. That's what makes a lot of the Scream films work, is that you don't see Ghostface all the time. And with Halloween, though, especially with the first one, you don't see Mike Myers until the last 20 minutes of the movie. And then, until that point, I'm not even building up suspense. At that point, I'm just waiting for him to show up. Because Dr. Loomis in the beginning talks about how, he shouldn't be released from, the mental hospital. And who's he? He doesn't even give Mike Myers a name. If he's not referred to as his name, he's referred to as the Shape or he. That's very vague to me. That's like calling Dracula the zombie who the zombie who sucks blood, or Frankenstein the reanimated corpse. It just makes no sense to me. It's kind of redundant. And I think John Carpenter understands my viewpoint because he did not want to make Halloween 2. He did not want to make another Mike Myers movie. He wanted to make something completely different. Because he did one story, it concluded, Mike Myers died, end of story. He wanted to do a different story, and he had to do a second one to appease the audience, and then Laurie Strode died, so that ends the story. Then he did Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which to me is a breath of fresh air. But to everyone else, they were whining and crying, Mike Myers isn't in it. And then, it's. Ugh. Back to Mike Myers, and it's more ridiculous than ever. But, yeah, to me, the first Halloween film is a snooze fest. You don't see Mike Myers until the last 20 minutes of the movie. And then the others with Mike Myers, you see too much of him. He's like Jason and Freddy Krueger at that point, where it's like, he's around the corner, then just show him. And then, to me, at the point, whatever scares they could possibly do get diminished. And so, yeah, that's my problem with the Halloween films with Mike Myers. The only one I really like is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. But, yeah, and this is just my opinion. I know will make some people mad, because I know some people really enjoy the Halloween franchise, but I only like the third one. I think John Carpenter did the right thing by not always making a Mike Myers film. And when he was on board with the third one, because he could do his own story, which was different, to me that's a breath of fresh air to watch, because it's not the same old regurgitated garbage over and over again, where, the shape escaped, oh no, slash, the same shit over and over again. How often can you tell the same story over and over again without it sounding repetitive and boring and predictable? That's my question. Anyway, that's my opinion on the Halloween franchise. See ya.